Today I'm transporting you to Morocco, where with the help of my friend Charles of Explore More, we have a guided walkaround of Puffin.on.tour, the Defender 110 TD5 used by Sabine and Sebastiaan for their epic overland travels from the Netherlands to the southern Cape of Africa.
I'm here in Morocco with Sebastiaan, who's going to give us a tour of their Land Rover TD5 called Puffin. So over to you, Sebastiaan. What have you done to the vehicle?
What have we done? We bought it 2.5 years ago, and we bought it as a passenger car suitable for 9 persons. We actually fully converted it to a camper build, something like. But not in a standard way most of the people do. Most of people make it a pop-top camper, and so they can also walk inside or sit inside or cook and sleep inside the car. And we decided to keep it a little bit more simple with a rooftop tent, a drawer system inside, a water tank, and a lot of storage boxes to be put inside. So here in the rear you can find the drawers. We have 2 drawers. One compartment where we can fit our outside table in. On the left you will find the clothing storage, and on the right is our good old Dometic fridge unit, which we already had for a longer time, but still working, so why not?
And that's running off of the Leisure battery, is that right?
It's running on a lithium battery, yes. We have 2 separate battery systems. The one which runs the car on, and it's charging another battery on which the Dometic runs, and also the Starlink on top of the roof rack runs on. And we have a small 230 volts converter which we use for mainly only the Starlink power supply. But if we need, we can also quick charge the phones if we need.
Perfect. And last night we had some of your laundry hanging from here, so I guess that's the benefit of having this tent come in the back here.
Yeah, that's also one of the big benefits. We just put some elastic cords in here really easily actually, which was not on it when we bought it. We just converted it a little bit, and we put a net also below it to stow some light stuff, clothes for drying or something. Another way of drying clothes, we also made a line to put underneath the awning, which we more often use, but when it's really windy or rainy conditions, we always put it below the tent because it's always dry here.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's talk about the awning. We've got it full out here.
Yeah, we got a nice awning. It's supposed to be a sunshade awning, but we more use it as a rain awning. Especially in Europe, it's more raining than sunshine some days. But it's also nice watertight. What is it? It makes our outside living space a bit bigger, a little bit bigger, to provide a little bit space.
And you do all your cooking outside. You've got this attachment on here.
Yeah, we have
a table.
We have an attached table which we attach to the car by cargo rails. It's a really easy system, so it's not the fold-down system which can break down, of course, and it's quite expensive. So we have just a wooden table, plate, 2 hinges, 1 cargo rail, and that's it. Also, one of the biggest advantages is it's lower than the folding down tables.
Right.
So you don't have to cook with your arms sky high. This is really practical actually. Inside cooking, we don't have anything for it. We can do it, but we're cooking on petrol, and inside the car cooking on petrol is fire hazard, so it's better to always stay outside. So that's also the awning saves us again.
Mm-hmm.
We do cooking on the Coleman unleaded camp stove, which we had for quite a time, and it's always working, and you can run petrol on it, but also some other lighter fluids or whatever burns in it actually.
Yeah, it's very old school.
It's old school and it works.
It's perfect. Yeah, I like your system. It's very simple. And here you've got all of your water system, and I can see a diesel heater there maybe.
Yeah, we have a really easy water system. I'm taking away a bottle. We have a water system with a 90-liter water tank inside the car above the axle roughly, in which we can put any kind of water. We don't put in clean water yet, we just fill it with water, and afterwards we do the cleaning, or we make it drinkable water actually with the Lifesaver jerry can. Again, there's no pump, no electricity on it, so it's just filling up from a hose or something, and then draining or emptying it from another hose by gravity into the Lifesaver system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of the easiest systems you can think about.
Yeah, it's perfect. And you've got foam on it, I'm assuming, to stop it from rattling.
Yeah, it's within foam to stop it from rattling, and also if we do some rough off-roading, because we do actually do rough off-roading sometimes.
Yeah.
Then it won't break, because they say it is quite breakable. So
Yeah.
better safe than sorry. We also have a diesel heater. Sometimes we use it when we do winter camping. We have a long hose we can run through one of the windows up to the tent, and then we have a little bit of anti-freezing conditions in the tent, but yeah, it works.
That's perfect. That's what you need. Cool. Well, let's go around to the other side and you can explain some of the other features.
Yeah.
Maybe you can explain what you got on there.
Yeah, we have the spare wheel with a spare wheel cover and a trash-through spare wheel tire trash bag, which we use as a trash bag because we don't want to put all the trash inside the car, because it's gonna be smelly with the warm conditions here.
Yeah. And that's another thing we've discussed, traveling through Morocco. It's hard to get rid of rubbish. So
Yeah.
I guess you're carrying a lot of it as you travel.
Yeah, actually in Morocco it's still okay to get rid of your trash, especially in the bigger cities or some towns. There are some trash bins. Last 4 weeks we've only found one glass bin, for example. So yeah, we keep stowing glass until we really need to get rid of it. But most of the times we can find one somewhere. Trash bins as well. So we just stuck it up until it's full.
Right.
And then throw it away in the trash bin.
Cool.
So on the right rear door we have the electrical installation switch buttons. Also really easy, so it's just the battery monitor and the monitor of the converter itself. We stow some snacks and the foot air pump for the tires.
Mm-hmm. And I see you've got a copy of Strangers Like Angels in there.
Yeah, we
good.
have a copy of Strangers Like Angels, which are your parents' book, with all the stories of the travels before from the 70s. Is that correct, by the way? Yeah, 70s, right? We also store a few small plastic boxes with some stuff we don't daily need, but we want to have quickly available whenever we need. And also the box with some tools is here.
Right.
One other addition we have on the right side is a shower cabin, which is really nice to change clothes whenever we're in a area with a lot of people around us. We can still change clothes or do some other things we'd like to do in a little bit privacy, like showering, washing. Yeah, that's it actually. Which is quite easy. We found somewhere on the internet on pictures, and we thought, oh, hey, that's a nice addition to the car. It's one of the last additions we actually did to the car.
Can we see it out?
Yeah, we can fold it out. Actually, it's really easy. Just rolls open, and then there are 2 bars. You fold open.
Perfect.
And there we are. And then you can just enter
there and shower in
enter
your
there
privacy.
and shower in privacy, which we really appreciate because we're not always on campsites. That will actually become less and less whenever we're going further into Africa.
Yeah.
We will do less campsites, and so yeah, you need to take your shower at least once a day or once in 2 days.
So yeah, let's talk about the vehicle itself. Why did you choose a Land Rover Defender, and what's the story of how you came into purchase of this?
Why did we choose a Land Rover Defender? Well, we met a couple of other Dutch overlanders in Scotland 3 years ago actually already, who were driving a Land Rover Defender with a rooftop tent, and whenever we saw them we thought like, that's the way we want to travel. We have been thinking about traveling for a little longer, but we never figured out how we want to travel. Is it a van or with a car, or we just didn't know. And whenever we saw them driving behind us somewhere on a really foggy day in the middle of Scotland, we thought like, that's the way we're gonna do it.
Yeah. And how did you come in to purchase this one?
After that holiday, we just looked on Marketplace in the Netherlands and Autoscout and some other car dealing websites. It was quite hard actually to find this specific model with this engine without rust.
Right.
They all rust in the Netherlands because of the high humidity conditions, and the the roads are being salted all winter long, and a lot of these cars get driven all year long. So the conditions of chassis is between bad and worse
Right.
most of the time. And we found this one somewhere on a place we wouldn't expect this car to be found, at a dealership who really wanted to get rid of it. So we decided to visit it. We took a 3-hour ride to that dealer
Wow.
garage. And whenever we looked at it, we thought like, I think this is the one.
Yeah.
So we took a test ride and it did well. We found all the books with the maintenance history in it, which was still available for the last 10 years almost. With a quick scroll through the papers, we said, we're going to buy it.
Perfect. And it's fairly easy to maintain, especially out here in Morocco.
It is easy to maintain because the mechanics are quite easy. It's not as difficult as a Toyota Land Cruiser or something with a lot of things around and electronics. It has really minimum electronics. The engine is electronical ignited and things like this, but for the rest it's very easy electronics.
Yeah.
Mechanics are also really easy, nuts and bolts and things. Yeah, you will find anywhere in the world. So yeah, we are really happy with it actually.
Wonderful. And I'm noticing here you've got a winch. Was that something you added, or did that come with it?
Actually, this is something I know, that we managed to get contact with the last previous owner who sold his car years ago to a dealership in the Netherlands. And the previous owner told us that he put this specific bumper on it with a winch compartment.
Oh, right.
Before it didn't have a winch. But once we bought it, the winch was not working and there was a steel wire in it, which was way too heavy and rusting a lot. But the winch didn't work, so we were just looking for a new winch. And we found one somewhere, managed to fit it, and we used it sometimes on the off-road track days in the Netherlands. So we know how to use it. Also, one thing I really would like to point out is that this bumper is 20 years older than the car it's attached to. One of the previous owners told us that it has been in Africa before already, somewhere in the mid-90s.
Okay, check up at the top.
Yeah, we'll check out on top. So on top of the car there's a big roof rack, which we bought together with the car actually. You can find a small solar panel. The solar panel is small because we just don't want a big solar panel because of the weight of them. So this one is just enough to keep the electricity system running for a longer period than 2 or 3 days. We have a big bag on the roof with some light items like winter sweaters, some sleeping pads if we need to sleep inside the car. We can store them here dry, high, nobody will find them, nobody will touch them. We have one spare jerrycan which is empty at the moment because of the weight distribution. We don't want to put that much weight on the roof. And one big box with some fluids, spare things, some tools, lights, spare parts, and stuff that are a little bit smelly we don't want to have in the car.
Right.
And on top of the box there is a Starlink receiver unit, which we are really happy with because we have internet everywhere. Below the car we have a nice chassis storage box in which we stow also smelly stuff and heavy stuff, so to take the weight of the car a little bit down again.
Right.
We're really happy with it, and even during the off-roading track days we never touch it so far. So it's a good addition to the car.
And another addition to their vehicle is this hammock, which I can attest is a very good night's sleep. I slept in there last night. But here we've got it attached to the roof rack and then strapped to a tree. So you get the benefit of the shade and a good night's rest and open to the stars. Thank you, Sebastian, for giving us an overview of your vehicle. It's been great to see what special things you guys have done to keep it comfortable for your trip. I'm sure there'll be additions and changes as you go along, but it's good to get a good example of a well built out overland vehicle.
Thanks again to Charles, Sabine and Sebastiaan. I'm excited to follow the rest of their trip south, something you can do via their Instagram. I've put a link in the description if you're interested too. As always, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss future videos. Until next time, ahoy!